Yakima Police Chief a few years ago, he brought with him a new approach and new ideas to take the Yakima Police Department to the next level. Chief Rizzi has helped to elevate the reputation of what was already one of the most well-regarded police departments in the country. Chief Rizzi has become equally well-regarded as a prominent leader in the law enforcement community. To share his thoughts on the importance of events such as this ceremony today, please help me welcome Yakima Police Chief Dominic Rizzi.
Well, I think it's a great day for two promotees, and the reason they're getting promoted is because we have retirees. And when you have individuals such as Nolan West, Jimmy Castillo, and Steve Morgan walking out the door, we lose a lot. You know, there's experience there, there's culture, and the department can never get that back. And I know they serve the city very well. I get a lot of compliments on the work that they've done and how well they serve the city, and I know that they are deeply appreciated, not only among the staff of the police department, but also of the residents. That ushers in the promotions of Chance Belton and Chad Janice. The department has undertaken the course of a new direction and a new culture, and it's sorely needed throughout the nation. And with this, we look at the public and how can we reach out to the public and build the bonds between the public and the police department. And this department is absolutely grasping. I know that in the future, with Chance and Chad, they will bring forward and enhance that direction that we're going in. So with that, I congratulate the three retirees from the police department and also the promotions of Chad and Chance. We also have the retiree of civilian, Cindy. And with that retirement, that's, I think, a little bit tougher to replace because in services, they get overlooked. And their positions are so important to the police department to support us. And when we lose someone with that experience, it's a hard blow. Fortunately, there's a process to bring in new employees that could help support the law enforcement aspect of it, the sworn aspect. But we're going to sort of miss Cindy with this in the future. So with that,
Thank you, Chief. And now to today's honorees. And as I call your name, I'd ask you to come forward and stand to the right of the podium as we look out at the audience while we share with the audience a little bit about you. We'll begin by honoring two members of the Yakima Police Department who are taking on new leadership roles. First today, we will recognize the promotion of Sergeant Chance Belton to the rank of Lieutenant. Chance, please join me at the front of the room. Following his promotion, Lieutenant Belton will oversee the Gold Team, which is part of the Patrol Division and consists of 4 patrol squads, 4 sergeants, and about 30 officers. Chance will now take part in a very special part of these ceremonies. It's the formal pinning ceremony, during which his sergeant badge will be removed by his wife, Kate, and will be replaced with his new lieutenant badge. So Kate, if you would please come forward for the pinning ceremony. Chance is also being joined, while this ceremony is underway, Chance is also being joined by several members of his family today, along with his wife Kate, her sons Corey and Mitchell, his father Jim Belton, a retired member of the YPD, his mother Debbie Mendoza, and his stepmother Becky Belton. Ladies and gentlemen, Lieutenant Chance Belton. Next, we recognize the promotion of Officer Chad Janice to the rank of Sergeant. Chad, please join us at the front of the room. Following his promotion, Officer Chad Janice will be in charge of the YPD's C Squad of the Blue Patrol Team, which consists of 7 officers. Chad is now going to take part in the formal pinning ceremony, during which his officer badge will be removed by his daughter Mazzy, and will be replaced with his new sergeant badge. Mazzy, if you would please come forward for the pinning ceremony. Chad is also being joined by several members of his family here today, along with his daughter Mazzy, our girlfriend Julia Davis, and his mother Maxine Janice. Ladies and gentlemen, Sergeant Chad Janice. So as you can tell, these two men have dedicated themselves to their jobs, to the department, and to the Yakima community. On behalf of all of us, I say thank you and congratulations. One more round of applause for Chance Belkin and Lieutenant Belkin. Next, we will be honoring the long and distinguished careers of 4 members of the Yakima Police Department who are retiring. First, we recognize retiring Lieutenant Nolan Wentz. Lieutenant Wentz, please join us at the front of the room. Nolan Wentz comes from a law enforcement family. His father, Anton, was a much respected and feared, apparently, YPD captain. Nolan started his law enforcement path by joining the United States Air Force as a law enforcement specialist. After his tour of duty ended, he joined the Yakima County Sheriff's Office in 1984, working there until he joined the Yakima Police Department in April of 1990. Nolan was first assigned to patrol, but quickly moved to the detective division, becoming a major crimes investigator. He excelled in detective work. One of his evaluations noted, quote, "Wentz is a mainstay in major crimes investigations. His determination and tenacity make him an outstanding investigator." Even though his first love was detectives, he took the promotional exam for sergeant and was promoted in July 2002. His promotion moved him back to patrol. He retained his enthusiasm for his job and began sharing his investigative expertise with his patrol officers, giving them the tools to do better investigations. He also became one of the leading statewide experts on the PTO, which is Police Training Officer Program, conducting a number of state-certified training sessions. After only 2.5 years, Nolan was promoted to lieutenant. As a lieutenant, he was periodically transferred between the patrol and detective divisions. In 2011, Lieutenant Wentz was selected to attend the prestigious FBI National Academy in Quantico, Virginia. While he always enjoyed patrol, his true passion was detectives. Despite years of constant middle-of-the-night call-outs, he was always one of the first on the scene of violent crimes and would typically stay up until after the sun rose as long as there was work to be done. He managed numerous difficult and complex homicide cases and is likely one of the most experienced homicide investigators in the department. As a person, those who work closely with Nolan know he rarely has a bad word to say about anyone. He was known around the department as a guy who could fix or build anything. Many of his co-workers benefited from his auto mechanic and carpentry skills. After 26 years at the Yakima Police Department and 32 years in law enforcement, Nolan decided it was time to retire and catch up on things in civilian life without the phone ringing all the time. Lieutenant Wentz, on behalf of the City of Yakima, the Yakima Police Department, and the entire Yakima community, we thank you for your many years of selfless service and wish you the best in your well-earned retirement. Next, we will be recognizing retiring Officer Steve Morker. Officer Morker, please join us at the front of the room. Steve Morker joined the Yakima Police Department in February 1979. He had previously served as a police officer for the city of Ellensburg and as a sheriff's deputy in Oregon. While attending the Washington State Basic Law Enforcement Academy, he earned a more than 93% average in his academic evaluations and ranked 6th overall in his class of 28. We know this to be true because his academy records were carved in granite, one of the only materials available at the time, making them very difficult to counterfeit. After serving a few years in patrol, Steve served as a burglary detective for a year, as a detective for the City County Narcotics Unit for 2 years, and on the newly formed DEA task force for another 4 years. While with the task force, Steve received several accolades for his commitment and dedication on long-term, substantial narcotics investigations. Steve returned to patrol in 1993, where he remained until his retirement. That means Steve spent more than 29 of his 37 years in the patrol division. Steve's professional and service-oriented demeanor earned him 12 written commendations. In 1994, he discovered an apartment fire, and then the fire chief credited him with saving the lives of the 10 occupants who were otherwise unaware of the danger. In 1985, Steve was awarded a life-saving commendation by a local ambulance service for his life-saving measures that included performing CPR and assisting medics after they arrived, efforts that spared a person's life during a medical emergency. Steve has endured both personal and professional challenges and adversity during his long tenured career. He is known as a pillar of the Yakima Police Department and the city. Steve has demonstrated enormous dedication to his community and to the department. Officer Morker, on behalf of the city of Yakima, the Yakima Police Department, and the entire Yakima community, we thank you for your many years of selfless service and wish you the best in your well-earned retirement. Next, we honor retiring Officer Jim Castillo. Officer Castillo, please join us at the front of the room. Pardon me for saying, but you guys look pretty tired. Jim, he says tired, if nothing else. Jim Castillo joined the Yakima Police Department in December of 1988. After 2.5 years in the patrol division, Jim found his way to a long-term assignment with the City County Narcotics Unit. During his tenure with the unit, he served as an undercover officer, narcotics investigator, and on surveillance teams. Jim's fluency in Spanish played a key role in the unit's ability to infiltrate drug smuggling and distribution rings, both in his undercover capacity also as an analyst in wiretap operations. Jim returned to patrol in 1998, primarily working beats on the east side of the city. His supervisors noted on more than one occasion that the sources of information that he had developed while working as part of the narcotics unit continued to aid his patrol investigations, providing credible criminal information. In 2004, Jim was assigned to the DEA task force and, for a time, to the former Yakima City Narcotics Unit. When he was transferred from the narcotics unit at the end of 2010, then Police Chief Sam Granado issued Jim a personal letter of commendation for his nearly 12 years of actively working in undercover roles for narcotics investigations. Jim is credited with orchestrating the seizure of hundreds of pounds of controlled substances, the seizure of hundreds of thousands of dollars that were the proceeds of continuing criminal enterprises, and the arrest and conviction of untold numbers of substantial drug criminals that subverted our community. Jim completed his career with an assignment to the Patrol Division, where again his Spanish-speaking ability was called upon on a daily basis and his extensive skills proved to be a catalyst for the efficient investigation of a variety of cases. Officer Castillo, on behalf of the City of Yakima, the Yakima Police Department, and the entire Yakima community, we thank you for your many years of selfless service and wish you the best in your well-earned retirement. Next, we honor the retiring Cindy Edgerly. Cindy, would you please join us at the front of the room? Cindy began her career with the Yakima Police Department on October 10, 1996. During her 20-year career, Cindy has witnessed many changes in the YPD Police Services Division. Throughout all of those changes, Cindy has been a steady, consistent presence within the department. She has always had a positive attitude toward her duties, her co-workers, and the public. Cindy has especially excelled while working at the front counter, where she has been the first point of contact with the public. Her calm demeanor and professional manner made a positive first impression on the community members who had come to the police department looking for help. From early on in her career, her supervisors noted her high level of productivity and her initiative. Cindy is admired and respected by her co-workers. She has served as a mentor to new employees and has always been willing to help out or answer questions. Cindy truly lets her personality shine through on holidays, especially Halloween. She would always come to work in full costume. Her witch costume is, in specific, legendary. Cindy, on behalf of the City of Yakima, the Yakima Police Department, and the entire Yakima community, we thank you for your many years of selfless service and wish you the best in your well-earned retirement. Well, we thank you all for coming today to share in this wonderful event. The support that you have shown to today's honorees speaks volumes for not just your admiration of them, but for the City of Yakima family and how we regard one another. To all of our honorees, congratulations to you on the outstanding professional achievements you are being recognized for today. You certainly deserve it. You've made your families, the Yakima Police Department, the City of Yakima, and the entire community very proud indeed. Please, everyone, we invite you to stick around and offer your congratulations to our honorees. Enjoy some of the wonderful refreshments that have been prepared. And once again, let's give our honorees a big round of applause.